Movie Magic 96, your one-stop shop for all things movies. Whether it's reviews, unboxings, or collections, I'm here to celebrate the magic of cinema. So, let's roll the film. In today's video, we'll be soaring into DreamWorks' How to Train Your Dragon just in time for the upcoming live-action remake hitting theaters. I was 14 when this film came out, and as a self-proclaimed Disney stan, it actually took me a few years to get this one a watch. But after a recent rewatch, I'm here to let you know how it holds up in 2025. One of the first things that stands out about How to Train Your Dragon is its stellar voice cast, something DreamWorks really excels at. Hiccup is voiced by Jay Baruchel, known for She's Out of My League, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, and This Is the End. Astrid is voiced by America Ferrera, who you might recognize from the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, Ugly Betty, and more recently, Barbie. Stoic the Vast is voiced by Gerard Butler, famous for roles in 300, Law-Abiding Citizen, The Phantom of the Opera, and the Has Fallen franchise. Supporting cast includes Craig Ferguson, Jonah Hill, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Kristen Wiig, and David Tennant, all bringing a ton of energy to their roles. The world of Berk is so visually distinct, from the Viking architecture to the fur-lined outfits to the ingenious mechanical tools. And of course, dragons. Who doesn't love dragons? The animation, even 15 years later, still holds up beautifully. The textures on the rocks, grass, dragon scales, and even the fabric and clothing are surprisingly detailed. I also love the character design of Hiccup. That shaggy hairstyle, my friends and I all had the same cut back in the day. And don't forget the sheep with the frowny faces. Relatable, am I right? The first 6 minutes alone give us a great feel for Hiccup's struggle to belong in this dragon-slaying society. Jay Baruchel brings an awkward charm to the role that really resonates, not just as teens, but even now. One of the film's greatest strengths is the bond between Hiccup and Toothless. Both are outcasts in their own way, which makes their connection feel authentic and earned. This plays into the classic human and cute animal trope, but it still works wonders here. A few other examples of this trope would be E.T. and Elliot in E.T., Ash and Pikachu in Pokemon, Max and the Iron Giant in The Iron Giant, and Lilo and Stitch in Lilo and Stitch. The moment where Hiccup's contraption damages Toothless's tail and he builds a prosthetic fin is a beautiful example of a character-driven writing. And when Hiccup later loses his own foot, the parallel is poignant. They complete each other in literal sense. There's also a clever payoff in how Hiccup uses everything he's learned from Toothless to excel in dragon training, turning his empathy into strength. But I can't help but notice some similarities with other films, particularly Avatar from 2009. Both stories feature a protagonist who tames a flying creature, Jake with the Banshee, Hiccup with the Toothless, and gains a new perspective from it. There's also a case to be made from Frozen borrowing from HTTYD. Think about it. Both center on a misunderstood outcast, both deal with strained parent-child relationships, both feature a bond between siblings or close friends where communication and understanding overcome fear, and of course, a mother who's gone missing. Speaking of which, Hiccup's mom isn't in the movie, another classic Disney trope. Examples include Bambi, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Frozen, Finding Nemo, and more. DreamWorks and Disney have always had a bit of mirror rivalry going on. Think A Bug's Life versus Ants, Finding Nemo versus Shark Tale, Cars versus Turbo, Zootopia versus The Bad Guys, Treasure Planet versus Sinbad, Toy Story versus Small Soldiers, and The Incredibles versus Megamind. Even the romantic dragon ride between Hiccup and Astrid has shades of Aladdin's A Whole New World. And the dragon sacrificing food to a monstrous queen dragon feels a lot like A Bug's Life, where ants serve a tyrannical grasshopper. Let's talk music. Test Drive by John Powell is one of the most exhilarating pieces of film score in animation history. It's energetic, emotional, and elevates the already spectacular flying scenes. Although it's a bit odd how the dragons act hypnotized by the queen dragon at the nest, it's a minor nitpick in an otherwise stellar film. On rewatch, How to Train Your Dragon absolutely holds up. The characters, the animation, the score, it's all top tier. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. What about you? How does the original HTTYD hold up for you? And are you excited for the live-action remake or planning to skip it? And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also check me out on Instagram at MovieMagic1996. Thank you so much for everything, and go watch a movie today.